Hey guys, what is up? My name is Katie and I am a makeup enthusiast here to get ready with you guys and do one of my favorite quarantine trends, which is different color eyeshadow on each eye. So if you want to find out how to do this look, follow along, get ready with me, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll jump right into it. So today, to go ahead and get started, we are going to grab some primer. Today I will be using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. So just go ahead and apply that all over a moisturized face. I moisturized a little while ago, so the moisturizer could do its thing, set in. Nothing worse than your foundation looking dry as, so we got to make sure that's all taken care of. So just go ahead and apply the primer. And I also put just a little bit on my eyes because that feels right to me. Perfect. Now we have the primer all applied. It's definitely a primer that I have liked using recently. It's a little more hydrating than some other primers that I've tried. And I have drier skin, so it seems to work out well for me. And I put it on my eyes because, again, I have dry skin. I don't want any of that poking through, so we gotta add a little bit of primer there. The other thing I do for my eye base is foundation. I don't use a traditional eye primer just because I find it doesn't have enough coverage for me. I have a lot of purple and blue around like the inner corners of my eye here, and if I don't use something full coverage, then it's going to peek through the eyeshadow and just not the look that I want. So let's go ahead, and we're just using a little Real Techniques orange sponge today. Just going to go ahead and apply that to my eyelids. And sometimes just for a look, because at this point it's looking like a little interesting that our eyes are just like a totally different color than the rest of our face, so I just like to make it a little mask and do my nose as well. Perfect. Eyes are looking nice and neutral here, so I will go ahead and grab our eyeshadow. This is what the Quarantrend is. One eye is one eyeshadow color, the other is another. Today we will be doing a pink and purple look. It's the look that started this whole trend for me. You can do green blue, blue purple, really whatever you want, because it's quarantine. There are no rules, so we can do whatever we want. So I will be starting out today with just a little fluffy brush. It's a Morphe brush from the James Charles brush collection, a little M456. Looks like this. I'll be using this for the majority of the eyeshadow look, and we are going to get started with Anastasia's Norvina palette. Obviously, this is a well-loved palette. She's super cute, super pretty. Hey! And one of my favorite shades in this palette is the shade Love here. This pink shade right there. So we will be going in with that. And I'm sure you already know, but Anastasia palettes, you just have to be careful. They are packed pretty loose, so you just have to use a gentle hand when you are dipping into the pan. So we're just going to grab a little bit of Love here, tap off the excess, and then start blending it into my crease area there. And once we have the color down, I'm just going to use little circular motions to blend out the rest of that shadow and just make everything look really nice and airbrushed. Okay, right, and those little circular motions have just blended everything out, looking nice and airbrushed and ready for our purple sister to join us. So I will be grabbing another one of those Morphe M456. We are going to dip into another Morphe product that I really like. It is the Such a Gem palette. Super cute. And we will be kicking off with this kind of light purple shade right there. I'm just going to lay this in the same spot that I did the pink shadow on the other eye, just right in my crease, and then we will blend it out with those little circular motions. Okay, so now we have both of our pink and our purple bases down. We are ready to clown with the outer corner. I will be grabbing a deeper pink shade and a deeper purple shade to really just deepen the outer corner, add a little more definition, just the look we're going for today. So we'll stick with the purple since I've got this brush in hand, and we will go in again with the Such a Gem palette. That purple guy right there. And I basically am just going to be applying this shade right on the outer third of my eye. It is basically where your iris ends, and outward is where we want to pack in this color. To do this, I am going to use a tapping motion pretty much the entire time to lay down the color and blend it out. There we go. That is the look we are going for. And now we're gonna jump right back over to pink. Again, we are gonna move with the Such a Gem palette. There's like a deeper pink up at the top, right there, that we are going to use for the outer corner. We're going to put it in the same place we did the deeper purple on the other eye. And again, we're just gonna be using that tapping motion to lay down that color. And basically what I do is I lay down the color on my lid first, really pack it in there, and then I use what's left on the rest of the brush to just gently tap it upwards into my crease. Looking good. We got equal amounts of color, pigment, brightness. Ready to move on to that lid shade, which is super fun because it is going to involve some shimmer. So really, when you want to apply a shimmer shade to your lid, some people go in with their finger. That's not my truth. I prefer a brush. I can just be more precise with it. I'll just be using a little flat brush like this. And I'm going to dip back into Miss Norvina for both the purple and the pink shimmer shades. There are just some really cute ones in here that are just made for this look. We have Wild Child right here and Celestial right there. Do Wild Child first and just placing it everywhere on the lid that doesn't already have some color. And once I lay it down on the lid, I just gently will tap it on the line where that deeper shade is, just so that there's no harsh lines and it just blends together. It looks really smooth. And we'll do the same thing with Celestial on the purple eye. Bam. Looking right. Looking right for quarantine life. So now, just to make sure again that there are no harsh lines between the shimmer and the outer corner shade, I'm just going to take the purple and the pink brush and just go in again with that deeper shade, just lightly tapping to make sure it blends really well together. Excellent. So that is basically it for the eyes right now. We are going to go ahead and move on to the face. We are going to move into foundation, which is arguably one of my favorite parts of the makeup look because it really just helps everything come together in a flawless way. So we will be using Maybelline Superstay foundation. It's been my tried and true for years. It's a great full coverage foundation, not too expensive, truly great, highly recommend it. I do 2 pumps of 105 and 1 pump of 112, and I am going to be using a trick that I saw on one of Jaclyn Hill's videos where she sprays her sponge with dewy setting mist. I think it works, so we'll just give that a couple spritzes there and dip right into the foundation, which is sliding all over our hand. I don't really take any extra time to mix it. I just do it with the sponge, and then I'm just going to apply this all over the face. I mean, this is what we need. I also apply foundation to my lips. It will help with lipstick later. We'll just lighten up the chest a little bit. Why not? Why not? Okay, so that is the foundation. You can see looking very full coverage, like I have no blemishes, no redness. Perfect skin. And now we're going to set it with powder. I know, no concealer. I just don't think you really need it. If you're using a full coverage foundation, like this covers up everything pretty good, and because I have dry skin, if I layer on too many products, it can just look really cakey, and I don't need to do that anymore because I know what's up. So I will be going in with another Maybelline favorite of mine, their Fit Me Loose finishing powder. I love this powder. It's not too matte, has some good coverage in it. I just really like it. Also a great price. I will be using shade 5 to set my under eyes as well as other areas I would like to highlight, and then I'll be using shade 10 to do the rest of the face because it's a little bit darker. We're just going to use the same sponge and first set the under eyes. Just take it right underneath, bring it down to about the nose. And then I will use it to set my nose, forehead, chin, and right here. Whatever that's called. Okay, so we've got that initial powder laid. I do only a little bit of extra powder around my nose, so I will just pack on a little extra powder and then brush it off a little bit later. So now we can go in with the rest of the face using that darker shade. Excellent. So now we are powdered to perfection. I do have to powder my entire face because I use a liquid foundation and the rest of my face products are actually powders, and if I don't set my face then the foundation will move I'll lose my coverage, and it's just not the look that I'm going for. So we can move on to a little bit of contour, bronzer / contour. So I will be using Miss Kylie Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Khaki. It's this nice cool tone bronzer that's pretty light, which is what I need because I'm pale. And I will be just using a Beach Cosmetics angled brush like this to apply this product. And I will start with my cheeks. I'm just going to tap into the pan a few times and gently drag it across this area here where my cheekbone is, not going further than the middle of my eye. And then once I've got the color laid down, I will just do some little circular motions to help blend it out. Then we'll take a little more of the product and do our forehead. Just doing little tapping motions here, bringing it down. And now we will do the jawline. And now I will do the same thing on the other half of my face. Okay, so now we have some features, no longer just a pale moon with nothing going on. So now we're just going to add a little bit of bronzer to the nose and the chin. I'd still use the same exact brush to do my nose and chin. I just kind of like pinch it so it becomes a little more narrow and dab into the product and then just sweep down the sides of my nose. And then just a little bit right underneath the tip of the nose there. Kim Kardashian does it, so I feel like I need to as well. And then we'll just do the same thing with the chin here. I just roll up my lip and do a little bit right underneath there. It's supposed to help make the bottom lip look bigger. I think it does. So now we will do some highlight. I just think that highlight shouldn't go last anymore in my routine. I find that it just blends better if I do it second. So I will be using a Morphe M501, which is just kind of like this dome-shaped brush. You can see there's some highlighter in it already. And I will be using another Kylie Cosmetics product. I love her brand. I like a lot of their stuff. And this is the Cotton Candy Cream. Love this highlighter. This is the OG packaging for it, which I kind of prefer to the new stuff, to be honest. It just feels like sturdier, and I like the little magnet component. Just going to brush in here a few times and then add the product right above where I put that bronzer. And then once I apply it, I will just kind of use those circular motions again to blend it out and back. And then I will take a little bit above the brow. Nothing. Highlight. Love this highlighter. So we will do the same thing on the other side of the face. You can really see it on this side. Okay, so we have that highlighter applied. Now we are going to, nearly forgot, just adding a little bit to the tip of the nose and a little bit to the bridge of the nose here. And then top of the lip, a little bit on the chin. We're not gonna overdo it. Maybe we are. And now we will do blush. Really bring some color to this face. Again, Miss Kylie Cosmetics, another OG packaging of her Barely Legal blush. Love this blush. And I am going to go in with a little Real Techniques, just like round brush. Sorry, I have cats. There's cat hair all over everything. We are just going to tap into this a few times and take it kind of right in the middle of like where our bronzer and highlighter meet. And I'm just going to be tapping. Take it all the way back. And then kind of do just like a little circular motion just around the apples of our cheeks here. Okay, so now we really have this face going on. We've got some bronzer, we've got some highlight, we've got some blush. So now we get to finish up the eye makeup. We'll do brows, lips, lashes, can't forget lashes, and then I think that will be it. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the under eye. And sorry the lighting keeps changing. I'm just figuring out what works best with this camera. So we're playing a little bit. Hopefully we don't mind going from dark to light. And if you do, I'm sorry. Very sorry. So now with this under eye, we are going to start with pink. And my trick for the under eye shadow is using a little mini angle brush, kind of like we used for our bronzer. I just find that this little tip right here does a great job of just reaching under that eye and blending it out. So I highly recommend using that. And we're going to start with our first shade, Love, and take that all the way under the eye. Okay, so now we can see it looks a little more cohesive, like we've got our together a little bit. Bam. And then we are just going to grab that deeper pink shade that we used on the outer corner before and just work that in, starting at the outer corner and blending just kind of like to the middle of the eye. Excellent. We're going to do the same exact thing on the other eye using the lighter purple and darker purple shades from the Such a Gem palette. And sometimes if you stab your eye, your brush will get a little bit wet and it won't move the product as easily, so make sure you dry it off before you go in again. And dry off your eye. This is looking like we want it to. So now, highlighting the eyes. Another great fun part of the makeup look. So I will be going in with a little baby angle brush from, I think this is from e.l.f. Yeah, this is an old brush. She's great. And there is this really pretty shimmer shade right up at the top there. Hard to see, but that's okay. It is kind of like a light gold, light really shimmery gold, and we are just going to work that into the inner corners of both eyes as well as the brow area of both eyes. Okay, this is really what we're looking for, people. Just a little bit of brightness to the inner corner and just a little bit to the brow bone. I've cooled it a little bit more recently with the highlight, so a little more relaxed look there. And now we get to go in with brows. Because I dye my hair kind of this like red burgundy color, it is really difficult to find a brow product that matches. So what I do is in the Jaclyn Hill Original palette, love this guy, clearly, there is this burgundy shade, dark brown shade, and then there's a very dark purple shade there that you can really just blend to make your eyebrows match your hair. And I love it. Thank you, Jaclyn, for doing that. I can never find this brush, and I don't know why. I use it every time I do my makeup, and for some reason it evades me. Oh, here she is. Just a little baby angle brush. And because it's been a few washes with this dye here, we're gonna mostly be working that burgundy shade here. We don't need to go into the dark purple that much. So I'm just gonna dip into that burgundy shade a couple times with my brush and then a couple times into the dark brown there. And I start with this little like arch section of my eyebrow and then just fill in the rest. Okay, and as you can see, this brow has really brought us to life. The difference, you can't even really explain it with words. Lips, then I'll throw in some lashes, and we will be going in with another Kylie Cosmetics product. This is Maliboo lip liner, one of my favorite shades from that line, and I really like the lip liners. They are super soft, super buttery, and they blend and move just really easily. So I'm going to be overlining my lips today. I overline the entire bottom lip and just the Cupid's bow area of the top lip, and then just line the rest of the top lip normally. So once we have the shape lined, we will, I already did it on the bottom lip, but just fill in the outer corners of the top lip with that liner. Bam. So that leaves the middle of our lip and our lip overall just looking wild and crazy. So we are going to take care of that with a little bit of Angel Cake lipstick, which is another Kylie Cosmetics product. This is not the one, so I have to go grab it. Angel Cake. This is a cream lipstick. And I just really like the coverage on these lipsticks. They're super soft, creamy, just overall like them a lot. And I'm going to just basically fill in that middle portion of my lip and then gently tap out the line in between the liner and the lipstick. Do a little bit of this. And then blend it out. So now I will go and throw on a pair of lashes and then I will be right back. Okay, so now we are back and the lashes are on. Lashes really just tie a look together, people. Really help with that glam look. And the final step will be blending in the face. I mentioned that there was just a little extra powder on our nose earlier, so what I like to do at the end of a look is just take my biggest fluffiest brush and blend over the entire face. Really help everything come together. Okay, that is it. I think we're looking pretty ready for quarantine life at home. I hope you guys like this look, had a little bit of fun getting ready with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.